What's up, Reject Nation? We're gonna watch today Deadpool 3, plot revealed, Ryan Reynolds pitched to Marvel. I hear it could possibly be along the lines of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Oh, do you think he'll kill the superhero team Giant Panda King?
Why are you saying that?
Because they're today's video sponsor.
Yeah, John, I don't think they'll be cool with us saying that we should kill the sponsor.
Then let's transition.
If you've been following this channel over the last couple of months, you might have heard us call out GPK before.
Ongoing sponsorships are so cool. Greg, tell them about Giant Panda King. Tell them about Giant Panda King.
I'm trying to. GPK takes fandom and creativity to a whole other level. Internationally, GPK is best known for the Empire Strips Back, their burlesque cabaret show set in the Star Wars universe.
They sent us over their Wookiee erotica magazines, which we read cover to cover. Think a 70s Playboy mag set in the Star Wars universe. Truly lived in, truly creative. I caught Greg touching himself to them. Then I joined in.
But the main thing that I love that they sent over to us was their Gotham 1919 to 1939 book. I read this whole thing in 2 days, and after John found out that I read it, he felt pressure to read it too, and he loved it as well.
Oh, I'm a people pleaser and a procrastinator.
It takes the characters and mythology of Batman and reimagines them as part of Depression-era American history. From the war to end all wars to the crash of the stock market, from enforcement to prohibition to the rise of celebrity gangster. I would love to see this book adapted into a movie, but documentary-like style.
Talking about Deadpool while promoting a book set in the DC universe was a great call, Greg.
Head on over to their website today, and thank you GPK for sponsoring this video.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about all things Marvel and everything relating to the MCU.
I really hope it is Deadpool kills the
MCU. We
MCU.
have some Deadpool 3 news. And today we have news about the plot of Deadpool 3, what Ryan Reynolds has pitched Disney for the next film, and what could only be described as genius. It's the perfect plot that would not only be extremely satisfying to see, but would actually make the most sense to do based on all of the new characters coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Fox. This plot would help clear everything up and make it to where there's not really that much confusion in the new Marvel Cinematic Universe, which means that Deadpool 3 would be a movie not only involving the old Fox characters, including the X-Men, but would also involve current MCU characters and new MCU characters that are upcoming as well. So let's dive into Ryan Reynolds' awesome idea for the next Deadpool film. But first, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things relating to the MCU, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Wolverine Funko Pop. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below. So today's leak comes from a Marvel insider who has been right about many things in the past, especially when it came to Avengers Endgame. Everything that he leaked ended up coming true. And many of you know who he is. We've talked about him several times on this channel, and it is
best friend and lover.
Wardell. And in a recent tweet, he has revealed what exactly Deadpool 3 could be about. He said, Deadpool kills Fox's Marvel Universe was one of the ideas pitched by Ryan Reynolds back in 2019.
That's so
this
smart.
is something that Marvel Comics has kind of done before. They did a Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe book. This book was not canon to any of the comics or any of the stories, but it did happen. And basically, Deadpool goes on a huge killing spree, killing people such as the entire Fantastic Four team and even up to the Watcher. It's kind of more of a horror story than anything else, but that's not exactly what Ryan Reynolds has pitched for the next Deadpool.
Of course not.
Instead, what Ryan Reynolds has simply offered is a chance to clean up the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a hilarious way.
I said they could do it with Deadpool.
As most people know by now, the Disney Fox deal resulted in all of Marvel's characters coming back to Disney.
I was like, it's gonna be Deadpool that they could do it with.
The X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and characters like Galactus and Doctor Doom, etc. Which means that none of the X-Men films, including Dark Phoenix, X-Men Apocalypse, and all the other ones that people don't like too much, never happened in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The stories that happened in the Fox universe basically didn't happen. However, that could be quite confusing as new characters such as Professor X, Magneto, Cyclops, Beast, all of them start to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Unless it's made clear by somebody that these old characters are now basically dead. They don't exist. All of the old Fox X-Men characters are gone. We aren't going to see them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what better way to clear this up and kill off all of these characters than to have Deadpool do it? A character who can break the fourth wall. And
I really hope they do this. I really hope they do this.
I'm over at Marvel Studios now. I made it to the MCU, but these guys didn't, so I gotta kill them. Just to make sure there's no confusion about who made it over and who didn't. And this doesn't even have to be the entire plot point to the movie, but nonetheless would be hilarious. And it would also offer the clarity to some people who might be a little bit confused about who's coming over to the MCU and who's not. Now, we know that Ryan Reynolds has met with Marvel Studios at least a few times already to talk about Deadpool. And on the Live with Kelly and Ryan show, he even admitted that they're over at Marvel Studios now. He said, "We're working on it right now with the whole team. We're over at Marvel now, which is the big leagues all of a sudden. It's kind of crazy." So Ryan Reynolds has already mentioned that they are working on Deadpool 3 already. Now, another part of this tweet by Roger Wardell was that Michael Bay may direct the Deadpool movie. And this doesn't come as that big of a surprise, as Ryan Reynolds has recently worked with Michael Bay in Netflix's Six Underground, which was also written by the Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. So basically, the Deadpool team has recently just worked with Michael Bay. So it's very possible that they could have talked about him directing the next Deadpool film. Not to mention that before the Transformers movies, Michael Bay used to be pretty tight with Disney. So it is possible, but who would like to see Deadpool kill off the old X-Men Fox universe? I personally think it's a genius idea. I'd love to see him clear all of that up, and I'd love to hear what he would have to say as he's going around killing everybody, breaking the fourth wall. But let me know what you all would think about this in the comments down below. Would you like to see this happen in Deadpool 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU. For live updates, you can follow me on Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Wow, that is something, man. That is some interesting piece of news.
You're the comic book movie predictor.
I've been saying that, like, if they really want to do this transition properly, especially with bridging the gaps and completely eliminating confusions, you should use Deadpool as your character to do it, because he can talk to the audience, do the fourth wall breaking, he can do all the things to help clear up anything that might be confusing, but also transitioning some of the Fox characters who they've now inherited over to here. And especially because of the fact that they're keeping Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, he would just be the perfect vessel for this entire transition to start a brand new X-Men, to have an established Fantastic Four, to do all that, a new Blade. I know most of us, especially the ones who follow the movie news and whatever, aren't confused by it, but I still meet some people, even in LA, you know, the capital of the Hollywood industry, I still meet some people who are average moviegoers who still get confused on the Spider-Man stuff. So this would be a great way to really solidify it all, and I love this idea. You could also bring back people who played former Charles Xavier, Magneto, you know, like Michael Fassbender.
The only two actors who have done this.
No, there's 4 actors. Patrick Stewart. And
Patrick Stewart. Well, the only 2 actors for each of those roles.
That's what you said. 2
Ian
actors,
McKellen,
Sean.
and then
It's
Michael
4
Fassbender.
actors, 2 characters.
2 actors per
2
role.
characters, 4
2
actors.
per role.
You said the only 2 actors.
Semantics.
No, I think you said it terribly.
I would like a review, Christian. The only 2 actors who have done this.
Anyway, yeah, I do think that this is like the perfect idea. I would love it. In terms of Michael Bay directing, John, what are your thoughts? I'll let you speak.
I don't know. I mean, Michael Bay to me is a filmmaker who, if you give him a good script, he'll probably make a decent movie out of that script. I would be very curious to see how he plays with Team Marvel, Team Disney, Team we have a lot of control and you're used to having a lot of control and blah, blah, blah. But it also would just be an excitingly eccentric prospect to me, especially with a movie as wild and as bonkers as a Deadpool Kills any type of universe movie would and ought to be. It would get me interested in a Michael Bay joint in a different way. Like, I would have another reason to be interested beyond morbid curiosity as to whether he appeals more to my sensibility. But this seems like a wonderful idea all the way around, because you can not only, do your continuity correcting, but you can also play into some of the aspects of how cinema, especially superhero cinema, has become incredibly self-aware, self-conscious, and beholden to fan voices and to outside input, and you can literally break the fourth wall and confront some of those things that are about the construction, and you might not clear up everybody's confusion. I think this could be a really fun prospect all the way around that could do a lot of good and could also get a greatest hits medley of moments that could do some justice to and send off certain characters. You could get your Wolverine appearance in one more time from Hugh Jackman. You could literally touch on any of the previous Fox outside Marvel properties in a fun way that could let them, be put to rest for now.
Well, it's like all those previous properties, none of them ended on a high note. You know what I mean? It's like Wolverine did in Logan, but the X-Men franchise did not. Fantastic Four certainly didn't.
Eric Bana's Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, even maybe Wesley Snipes might be game. No one's really thought about this, but Wesley Snipes might be game to like have a little bit bit of a cameo as well, considering the disaster Blade Trinity was. Yeah, I mean, Michael Bay directing it. I thought that David Leitch was still attached to do this, and I was on board for that because I'm one of the few people that actually prefers Deadpool 2 over Deadpool 1. I love them both, but I think my preference is Deadpool 2. I feel like it'll be fine. I feel like in a weird way that matchup works. I haven't seen 6 Underground, but from what I've heard, that it is a solid Michael Bay film that capitalizes on Ryan Reynolds' humor. I guess the weird construct of it to me is Michael Bay can be a control freak, supposedly, right? I don't know the guy, but I hear he is. Ryan Reynolds, he has control over the way Deadpool generally operates and the storytelling, hence the situation that occurred with Tim Miller from Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. Maybe they just see eye to eye on things and it could be something that's a beautiful medley.
He might be able to speak Bay.
Yeah,
that is true. And it makes me wonder because I feel like one of two things are the case here where I think, Tim Miller and David Leitch, they're not bigger than the presence of Deadpool, whereas like Michael Bay is such a huge presence of his own that it's almost like a team up in and of itself to have him direct that movie, which I think could either be a little too much on the worst case scenario, or it could be like some kind of weird turbocharging in the best case scenario.
Well, it'd be interesting to see him pick up part 3 because it's like other people have picked up his franchises.
He's taken his own to part 5.
It would be fascinating to see like how he would just completely do his. I mean, for sure, it'd be very long and bonkers, but
would he work a 7 into the title?
It might be what's necessary, though. All right, guys. Well, what do you think of this Deadpool 3 idea that Ryan Reynolds has pitched? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to Cosmic Wonder if you haven't done so already. You can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get notified whenever we got a video up. And thank you, GPK, for sponsoring this video.
Go check them out.